Hi guys, I'm LuckyJ714 and this is how to lip slide. Okay, so lip slide is like one of my favorite tricks. Basically, it's just a board slide, but you enter going from the opposite side, so front side instead of back side, and you pop over and do like a half 180 and you slide. I think it's a lot more like cooler to land one. It's obviously a lot cooler than a board slide. I think you really have to have board slides down, so definitely have board slides down. You really have to have a good ollie. Not this kind of rail, you don't really need to go to ollie because it's really short. But like I'll show another clip, it's a bigger rail, the element rail. You need to have a really good pop to get onto that. Compared to this, you have to have a pretty decent 180. I mean, you just have to have a lot of board control in the air, like to be able to ollie and then just really turn your hips, not your entire body, just to make it turn. This trick is a lot easier if you have a board with a really steep concave, because then it just kind of like holds your feet in the pocket and you just kind of turn. It's actually, when I was learning them, I had a board like that and it helped a ton. Like it was a lot harder once I came back to boards with only medium concave. So I really recommend getting high concave boards to learn this trick, but you don't need to. It's just a lot easier. Yeah, so really have your board slides down, because once you get on the rail, it's like a board slide, so you really have to, it's basically exactly like a board slide once you get on the rail. You just have to really just not lean back. I mean, you can learn it going on flat, but I recommend learning this on a downhill, because then you don't really have to go fast, so you kind of just roll up slowly and then you just go right down it, because in the downhill it'll just make it go down. And make sure you have wax, because you can't learn this trick when the rail is choppy, or it won't work really. So basically what you're going to do, have your feet set up like an ollie, and you're just going to come up to it, and once you get close, as you're popping, wind your body up and rotate as you pop, and basically you want to kind of like push your weight like out and forward a little bit, but not too much, because then when you land, you'll slip out. You just got to put a lot of pressure like that, and you'll pop in. So it's different than a regular just 180. So you really got to like force and bring your foot like this, more than just a regular 180. That's why it's a little different. But once you really get on there, you're set if you have board slides down, because you'll get it pretty easy. So yeah, I really recommend learning it on a downhill. You should probably start on a rail not too low, because if it's too low, at first you're going to have a lot of trouble getting the board on perfectly, so you're not going to be able to balance and the board's going to hit the ground if it's way too low. So I would say get like a rail that's like 5-6 inches off the ground at least to learn this trick, because you can't have the board like this low to the ground, or it's just going to touch easily. So I'm just going to pop on, and riding off is just a little different. I feel like sometimes that's the hardest part of the trick. Like, getting onto it is pretty hard, and getting off. Sliding is not hard really at all. It's just getting off sometimes is a little hard, but it's really the same as a board slide. It's just that your board's centered a little bit more, so that you really have to come off, because when you do a board slide, you can just come on and kind of only hang this part off. You're not really going in the center as much, only having like the edge when you come off. But when you're doing this, you're really going to get centered. So I guess practice doing some board slides like that. It doesn't really matter, but that's just one way to do it. And make sure you have a good rail, because this rail sucks. If you didn't notice, it's like bending down. So I'm gonna do 1 or 2 more board sides, and I'll do slow-mo and show you everything that I do. Okay, so 1 or 2 more things. what also will help you if you learn, definitely have shoes that are like newer or newish, that have good grip, because it'll help you with the ollie. And 2, make sure you have a sturdy rail, because if the thing moves on you, you're screwed. So, have fun with this trick, guys. Once you get it once or a couple times, you'll start to get it really easily. Definitely learn it on a rail. Don't learn it on a ledge. It's going to be a lot harder. So, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.